Let me stop waving my fingers because I'm missing a nail. Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back to my channel. If you're not, it is your girl Torrancemarchil. And yeah, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. As you can see, for today's video, we're going to do a little bit of a life update. I am officially a Texas resident. I have been a Texas resident since January 24th. And that was interesting. I did a video on this just about like how God supernaturally moved me, but that was definitely a move of faith. That was literally a move of God. And it's like I haven't been able to wrap my head around it since I've been here. I feel like I'm just now able to like get comfortable with the idea of like living here. I don't know, but coming here, I fully expected everything that was promised to me or that I knew I was going to get. I expected all of that to come at once, kind of just based on like when I moved to Virginia. Everything to come at once, but it feels like it in hindsight. Like I moved to Virginia January and I got my first car March, and then I got my first big girl job in like June or July. So realistically, it didn't happen that fast, but when I look back, I feel like it did. And so I thought I was going to come here and everything that I've been desiring, everything I've been waiting on was just going to just meet me here like all at once. And that is not the case. That is not the case. The house is just the first thing. Still getting settled. Like the house is still very much empty. I was not prepared for the spiritual warfare that was about to ensue. And now that I know what I know, some of the spiritual warfare was like planned before I even left. That's like a whole other thing. But first of all, God had me drive to Texas from Virginia or DC really. And I was pretty much like on the road for 24 hours straight. It's about 24 hours straight with only like a 30-minute nap for me. If that's not the grace of God, I don't know what is. Cause I was fighting sleep so bad the last 5-6 hours. I really was, but God got me here in one piece. And so I won't do that again if I don't have to. Okay. But hey, I had to get down here. But yeah, so I was expecting to come here and everything to just be peachy keen. No, that was not the case. Because of issues with my last house and really just never being able to fully feel settled anywhere I live, it's almost like I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like, am I really going to be able to sustain this place? Like, am I going to be able to stay? Like, what's going to happen? All this and that. And right now, as of like yesterday, I fully feel confident that I can let my hair down and just feel comfortable knowing this is my home, you know? And so that feels amazing. But one of the reasons why I couldn't get comfortable is because I was fighting for my freaking life in February. Really, as soon as I got here, I was under water break. As soon as I got here, I was under some sort of spiritual attack. I could feel it, but I just was like, I'm not succumbing to sin, you know? Like, I'm not doing that. Like, that's crazy. So I didn't really think much of it because I was also trying to I was being a busybody because I felt like I needed to be a busybody because so many people knew about the move. Not beforehand, but like when everything was like moving, I let a lot of people know that probably shouldn't have known. Like I probably was just too excited. And I'm usually pretty good about keeping stuff private and being quiet about what I'm doing. But I don't know, like I just felt like I could tell people what was going on. And so I feel like that added to the spiritual warfare that I was facing. But yeah, I was just being a busybody. So I just was doing things because I know a lot of people were like watching me and watching to see if I failed, watching to see if I know what I was doing. Like a lot of people who are watching me look at me from a lens of who I was when I was like a kid, and or are just like jealous, honestly. Like it's not really even the people, it's like the spirits in the people. But the people, because the people have their own shortcomings, it's like that's what the enemy exploits in them. So a lot more people knew what I was doing than who needed to know. And so I feel like that contributed a lot to me just being a busybody, doing stuff just to say I was doing it, when I really should have been watchful and vigilant and prioritizing God, because I feel like for the first 3 weeks, I was not really talking to God like that. Like, I wasn't, because I was being a busybody, you know? And the enemy definitely like took advantage of that time and tried to do what he does. And so after that, I just really got serious about God, you know, how I want to run my house and how I want life to be, how things should look now based on what I could control. That was one thing. So I was under intense spiritual warfare in my home, in my mind. I had no peace. And I felt like I was losing my mind because it felt like everything I was doing wasn't enough. It was so intense. The spiritual warfare was so intense, and I was not expecting that. Like, I know we're always involved in spiritual warfare. Like, it's always going to be there, but I didn't expect it to be as intense as it was. That really like shook me up, because it was really just an attack on my faith. That's what it was, because it took faith to get me here. I had to have faith in God to come here. And I depended on God every step of the way. And then when I got here, I just was like full of faith, right? And so the enemy has been trying to attack my faith. And how he attacks your faith is trying to get you to operate in fear. And so that has been the battle. Faith or fear, faith or fear, faith or fear. And every day is a different day, you know, because the devil is a bully. He tries to be the loudest. He tries to he tries to really bully you. And we know God is the opposite. Like, God is like gentle. Now, he's terrifying. Okay, he's terrifying if you are op. You know what I'm saying? But overall, he's not like trying to be big himself up. God is a gentle God, you know, and when he speaks in a still small voice. And so that contrast of God being gentle and you having to be intentional with spending time with him, and the devil being the devil, sometimes every day was just a different day. Some days I was full of faith as much as I could be. And other days I was really battling with fear on like in every aspect, like for my safety, for my kids' safety, for stability, for comfort, spiritually. I just felt like I was like in territory, and I just didn't know what to do. The devil took every opportunity he could to try to instill fear in me. And I feel like he's still trying to do that a bit, but it's like, God does not give us a spirit of fear, you know, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. That's what I've been dealing with, intense spiritual warfare. On top of that, okay, I am a single mom. I've been a single mom for a long time now, but this is the first time that I live in a house where just me and my kids, like no one else is here. I prefer it. You know, it's peaceful because I don't have to worry about other people and what other people want to do or don't want to do, or issues they have, or, you know, whatever the case may be. I don't have to worry about that, you know, but because the place is not furnished yet, we just have one bed and we all sleep in my room. I'm always around the kids and I can't go anywhere without them, which honestly, it's fine. I don't mind going places without them, but I had to sell my car to get here. So obviously I don't have a car. They don't have their own, like, they have their own room, but like there's nothing in it but toys. We're just kind of always on top of each other a bit. And most of the time it's okay, but sometimes it gets to be a lot. And I actually had a moment with God the other day where I was like, just frustrated, because it's like, now that other factors are out of the way that were in the way before, now I can focus on the things that I always needed to focus on fully, because I don't have all those other issues here. I'm able to see for God in spaces where I may have seen it before, but I just really wasn't paying much attention to it because I was battling other unnecessary battles. And so I got frustrated because it's like, God, you expect too much of me. Like, I low-key gave him that I'm just a girl, but like, not really. Like, I'm like, God, I'm literally just like a woman, a single woman. I don't have a covering down here. I don't have a husband, okay? I'm not in a church, you know, where me and the pastor, well, let me say it like that, but where I have a pastor who's trusted, who I can go to for guidance and all these things. I feel uncovered in so many ways. I don't have a husband here. I don't have any guy friends here. I have to raise this. I have to raise my kids alone. Like, I'm like, God, you are a help, an ever-present help. Absolutely. But you're not physically here. Okay. Like, you can't do some of the things that need to be done here. I'm like, you expect too much of me. You expect me to stay righteous. And I want to do that. Like, I want to stay righteous. So I'm not complaining about that. But then I got to fight the devil. I got to engage in this warfare. You know what the warfare has been given since I've been here. You expect me to raise these kids. But then it's like, also, you wanted me to be broke. Why do you want me to be broke and on top of all this? At first I was like, I don't know. It's just like God not wanting me to work, or it's just like the devil trying to like keep me in delay. But honestly, I just feel like it's God like, no, I called you out of work. I didn't call you to go back to work. Like, your work is a different work. When it comes to the things I'm supposed to be doing, I've been seeing a lot of confirmation from him in those things. And they're small, but like, it's big to me because it acts as confirmation. It lets me know that like God is involved. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I'm just going to keep going in that aspect. But it's like, I got to pay bills. I have to provide for my family, you know? That's another thing. You want me to raise these kids, but you also won't like expect me to make the money for the house. I'm not married right now. And their dad is helpful. Like, if I need some money, I could call him for some money. But I don't want to get back to a place where I'm relying and depending on him versus God. And I feel like God kind of like talks to me about that a little bit. Like, your dependence needs to be on me, not him or whoever else. Like, my excuses are like, it's for his kids. His kids is beneficial. Like, his kids is benefiting. And then, yeah, it's true. But like, I gotta be smart with how I do things. Yeah, I gotta be smart with how I do things and how involved I let other people be in my life and what's going on. You know, I just really have to be protective of myself and my children. I have to think wisely. And so God got on me like, you need to be relying on me. He's been providing, honestly. Since I've been here, have I had everything I wanted? No, but I have everything I need. Me and my kids have everything we need. We have all the provision. When I need provision, God makes a way and he sends the provision. I'm very grateful for that. So this is, again, a part of the faith versus fear thing. Are you going to be fearful of what you see? Because what you see is that you don't have enough X, Y, Z. But faith tells you God is going to make a way. God's going to make provision. And it's not like I'm asking God for anything crazy. I'm literally asking him for like basic survival stuff. Because I know sometimes people will say like, you're always asking God for things. What if he don't want you to have? That don't apply here. I'm asking him for basic life stuff. I ain't asking him for nothing extravagant. Okay. And also some of the stuff I've been asking him for is already stuff that he's like promised me or like let me know that I'm going to have. It's just on his timing when he wants it to happen. So I have to be patient. I have to trust him. I have to have faith. And that's kind of what this is about here. That's a bit of an update here. I feel like if I knew I was going to have to deal with this in the promised land, I would have been a little bit more prepared. But really, I should have been, because I was reading the book of Joshua before I came here. And I kind of stopped reading around the point where the walls of Jericho came down and they had to, like, they were fighting for a minute because they had to defeat their enemies. They had to, you know, I didn't think it had anything to do with me. Yes, it does. That was like God telling me, like, you're going to have to fight. I don't know what other life update I can give. Like, I'm not dating right now, nor am I looking to. I want to date when God wants me to, you know, so that's always going to be like not dating. I'm still waiting on some things, but things have not been peachy keen just because I'm in my promised land. Like, if anything, things have gotten a bit worse. It feels that way because the devil is mad because you just inherited your promised land. God was going to do something crazy in your lives and he cannot have that. The devil cannot have that. So he does everything he can to try to undermine what God does. But ain't nobody stronger or more powerful than God, than the blood of Jesus. You know what I'm saying? So this is just a little warning. It's not a warning because don't go into your promised land scared, don't do that. But go into your promised land prepared. Be prepared to war. And it's not to say that you will war. Maybe you won't. But I feel like if you go in there prepared, nothing will catch you off guard. You know what I'm saying? Like it caught me off guard. So we're in the month of March. It's almost spring. I went through a similar season last year where the first quarter of the month was like an extreme season of lack. And God allowed it for character building, for endurance, for lessons to be learned. And I feel like this may kind of mirror that a bit, just a little bit, even though I'm in my promised land, but everything hasn't been, you know, made manifest in the physical yet. It can feel like I'm in a season of lack, even though I'm really not. With that being said, an end to every season. Whenever God sees fit to bring me out of this, he will. Fully out of it. Like February was like hectic. Things are what they are now, but February tried to take me out, literally. Like, if y'all knew what I was dealing with, I had people coming to my house, coming to my door, like night visitors. Just all types of just stuff happening. I want to start the podcast back up because it's about time. And so I got to figure out how I'm going to schedule this out and film everything. And it's been a minute since I have edited a podcast episode, but I'm excited. I'm excited to do so. I'm excited for what's to come. I'm excited for what's new. I'm excited for just everything. I'm trying to see if I forgot anything. So if I have to leave you with any piece of advice in this video, it's just to be careful who you share stuff with. Be careful who you let in your life. Again, it's not even really the person, but you just don't know what spirits are using which people. You know what I'm saying? And so just be careful when it comes to the plans of God and when it comes to what God has for you. Like, don't share everything prematurely. If he tells you to share, then share. But otherwise, just protect what you have going on with God. Protect yourself, protect your family if you have family or whoever. And just continue to trust him and have faith and hold on to him in times of turmoil and trouble. That's just a part of life. And he's able. He is able. I'm going to end this video now. Stay tuned for more life updates and for more videos from me. I think I'll be having a lot to talk to you guys about. But make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on all of my socials. I am the Torrancemarchil. The Torrancemarchil on TikTok, Instagram. The Torrancemarchil everywhere. And Torrancemarchil here on YouTube and on Snapchat. So make sure you follow me on my socials, like, engage, do all the things. And yeah, without further ado, I will bid you adieu. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.